19 people, including 9 children, have been killed in an apartment fire in New York City in what's been described as one of the worst fires in recent memory. Fire Department of New York Commissioner Dan Negro spoke to the media about the fire.
Units arrived here this morning within 3 minutes of the call for a fire that was in a duplex apartment. This apartment spanned floors 2 and 3. They were met in the hallway with this fire. Very heavy smoke, very heavy fire. Units pushed in. This smoke extended the entire height of the building. Completely unusual. Members found victims on every floor in stairwells, and we're taking them out in cardiac and respiratory arrest. We won't know the total yet of the outcome, but we do know that, as the mayor stated, 32 people were transported to hospitals in life-threatening condition.
Let's speak now to Eddie Brown, a firefighter who was at the scene of the fire, at home now, off duty. Thank you for speaking to us, Eddie. It must have been an awful scene to approach.
Yes, I am with the union, so I went there in a capacity. I was off duty, so I went there to just check on the scene, see what was happening, and to see how my guys and men and women were doing from the Bronx Fire Department. And it was a horrific scene because you have to realize, besides being a firefighter, you have to deal with the mental stress of seeing this carnage of what happened in the Bronx today.
And how did your colleagues deal with what they found?
They dealt with it. You know, I can't speak for them, but I've seen a lot of young people, younger firefighters that have been in this situation before, and they have that look to their face. You know, it's a stressful job, but, you know, you deal with it, and your job is to get the task at hand and try to rescue as many people as you can. So
what did you actually see yourself? I
spoke to a lot of people there, and you know, there was 32 people brought to the hospital, and they were, we try to ladder as much as we can to get victims out. And there was just a lot. By the time I got there, they had knocked the fire down. That's our language for putting it out, was knocked down. And the firefighters were all outside, still doing their jobs, doing searches of the building. The problem was that the door was left open in the fire apartment, which contaminated the whole building with smoke, 19 stories high.
Wow. And approximately, we're hearing the detail that's come through to us, approximately 200 firefighters responded to this incident.
Yes, yes.
What will be the procedure now at the scene?
It's just going to be, pretty much our job is going to be done. It's going to be to get the people that live in the building into a warm shelter where they can live. Because right now, if you see, many of the windows are broken, and a lot of those upper floor windows were broken by the civilians themselves trying to get air. But actually, that's actually the opposite of what you should do. A lot of people would have been safer if they would have stayed in their apartments. Once you go into the hallway and that door was left open, you're going out into the smoke. So a lot of times you're better off staying in your apartment and trying to tape the bottom of the door or put a rag there or something like that to stop the smoke from coming in.
OK, Eddie, we've got some pictures that you filmed. We're looking at those now, just showing us around the scene. This presumably is when you first arrived.
Yes.
So I don't know if you're able to see them. Can you talk us through what you're actually filming?
I'm walking down the block, and as you can see, that we have the one big ladder there. That's called an aerial ladder. That's part of the truck that's going right into the fire apartment where the fire started. And that's where the firefighters would go up and try to pull people out. And then you see the smaller ladders there at the other windows. Those are called portable ladders, which the members take off the trucks, and they put them up, and it's an attack. Basically, we attack the fire. So we have people coming in with hose lines from the interior to put the fire out. But as we do it, the ladder companies are going throughout the building with ladders and inside the building trying to rescue victims as we go along.
Yes, we can see your footage there. And just to sort of recap on what you were saying before, that potentially people might have been safer to stay in the block rather than try and exit?
Yeah, and a lot of it's human nature to try to run out of your. Those are fireproof buildings, So if you stay in your hallway, if you stay in your apartment, you're probably safer. The people that ran into the stairwells, which were filled with smoke, were putting themselves in more danger.
OK, Eddie, thanks so much for speaking to us and giving us your perspective on this horrific fire. Eddie Brown, firefighter, who was at the scene. Thank you.
Thanks.